China is on the brink of hosting her first ever Olympic Games. In this exclusive special, we take a privileged journey. Others can only look, but we're going inside to reveal the secrets of Beijing's unique Olympics. Come with us for a behind-the-scenes preview of this, China's final countdown. The Olympic brand seems so strong, but public faith can be lost in a moment. The challenge is to ensure Olympic cheats are caught. No host city wants to witness a tarnishing of the Olympic image. Seoul in 1988 does just that. In the men's 100-meter, Canadian sprinter Ben Johnson takes gold, then tests positive for anabolic steroids and is stripped of his medal. Johnson's cheating tainted the entire Olympic event. For every sport, there's a specific drug to tempt contenders who are feeling the pressure. If Beijing is to be a success, organizers must ensure that it's a clean Olympics. To guarantee this, Beijing has invested in a secret weapon, the biggest drug testing operation in Olympic history. This $10 million state-of-the-art drug testing lab hopes to send out a clear deterrent message. At Beijing's Olympics, cheats won't get away with it. Over 1,000 people will be involved in this fight to expose doping. At the center of it all is Jiang Yilong.
我个人认为，新分析检测能使观众 对运动员取得的成绩有相当程度的一个信任。
Jiang bears the responsibility of ensuring that no drug cheat goes undetected in Beijing. There will be 20% more blood and urine tests here than at Athens. The team will check for steroids, stimulants, narcotics, diuretics, peptides, and beta blockers. Samples will be taken anytime, any place, with no advance notice. And to ensure no mistakes are made, strict security measures will be in force.
他们是武装押运这个样品，就是有镇远护卫，他们是带着专用的那个通道。 就是每个场馆它有的专用的通道进入这个押运车里头，然后押运车呢会有武装的押运，然后到实验室。
Identifying drugs in an athlete's system is becoming increasingly difficult. Diuretics are commonly used to conceal illegal drug use. But new sophisticated masking drugs are now on the up. It's a constant battle for the team to develop new methods of identifying these cover-ups. But sometimes the chase pays off and a rat is caught in the trap.
我们发现一例阳性样品以后，我个人的感觉呢是这样子的，是比较复杂的。既有对我们工作的这是一个肯定，同时呢也为运动员感到惋惜。
By ramping up drug testing, Beijing hopes that no athlete will take the risk of public humiliation. Giannis is on his way to the badminton venue. Inside are his hand-picked team who specialize solely in the broadcast of badminton. Beijing presents them with their greatest ever challenge. In a country with millions of enthusiasts, badminton is one of China's most popular sports. There's a thirst for extra coverage. For the first time in Olympic history, they'll capture the action on all three courts simultaneously. New camera positions are needed. The team climb onto the gantry with lasers to check the line of sight for their new bird's eye camera. But it's not only camera positions that provide problems. High definition demands that lighting be controlled and totally predictable. Difficult in a venue where the glass roof is key to its design. To combat this, a special roof cover has been fitted to block out any natural light. It's time for Giannis to check his team's plans.
From this position to this one?
Not determined yet. I think, yeah, the best way just on the one location.
And the verdict?
It's in a country which absolutely loves badminton. So there's a general challenge about how to convey the atmosphere, and I think we will succeed in that.
Giannis is finding a way to spread the Beijing vibe around the world. But the biggest challenge still remains: pollution. In the build-up to the Olympics, Beijing has been making headlines for all the wrong reasons. Pollution levels have been recorded up to 5 times the safe limit. These levels can be particularly bad for endurance athletes who breathe in up to 20 times more air, and therefore pollutants, than a spectator. In the fight against pollution, a simple matter of geography means the dice are stacked against Beijing. When the Emperor Kublai Khan built his capital, he chose the site carefully. With mountains on 2 sides, Beijing was sheltered from invaders and had the perfect feng shui for a city. But today, these mountains make pollution in Beijing worse. When the wind blows from the west, pollution pours into the city and fills it like a bowl. Worse, the mountains cause an area of high pressure, forming a lid and trapping in dirty air. For clean air, Beijing needs the wind to sweep away her own pollution and to fill the city with fresh air from the east. But the success or failure of Beijing's Olympics lies with much more than just a roll of the meteorological dice. Beijing isn't taking this problem lying down. The man at the center of the battle is Environmental Chief Du Xiaozong.
看见一个非常晴朗、非常清洁的天，会感到心情愉悦。当然，如果相反的，会觉得心理上会有一些压抑。
Du is leading the fight, with scores of polluting factories being cleared out of the city, with 20 laser-powered vehicle emission checkpoints getting rid of polluting vehicles.
不好那种大意思条。
不好就是前面这样的。
对对对。
With 600 kilometers of new underground public transport, and with acres of new parks that offer the city a green lung, things are improving. 2008 has seen a rise in the number of days meeting air quality standards to 80%.
我们取得的进展是有目共睹的，我们的保障措施是坚强有力的，因此我们是有信心的。
It's from here, the high-tech beating heart of his operation, that Du coordinates his fight. This room receives weather and pollution data from across China 24 hours a day. Keeping well informed is a big help for Du. But he has one more powerful way to load the dice in his favor. On top of these other measures come Olympic time, half of all private vehicles will be removed from the city's roads. Come August, traffic will be disappearing, and with the right kind of breeze, Du is confident the skies will be clear. Beijing hopes to go the distance and make her games free from polluted air. But something China's debut Olympics won't be lacking is a certain style. We uncover the inside story on Beijing's plans to combine traditional Chinese design with futuristic science, giving these Olympics a uniquely Chinese flavor. Brand new Olympic venues have been created across Beijing, changing the face of this 750-year-old city. Beijing's Olympics must overcome the risk of neglecting what makes China different. We go behind the scenes to find out how Beijing intends to pull off an Olympiad that is distinctively Chinese. Archaeologist Zhu Jiegang is our guide to Beijing's solution, her past. Today, he's exploring a group of Ming Dynasty tombs discovered right underneath the Olympic shooting venue. This tomb reveals much about Beijing's story. Inscriptions on the tombstones show that this is the resting place of some of Beijing's imperial elite.
从那个墓群里出土的墓志，那都是有文字记载的，就是记载着都是那个宦官。
During the late Ming Dynasty, eunuchs dominated the government of the Chinese Empire. The building of Olympic Beijing has unearthed hundreds of hidden historical treasures with remains dating back 2,000 years. Archaeologist Zhu believes these finds are precious because they offer a deeper understanding of China's long history.
因为既要保护好文物呢，要做好那个奥运场馆的建设。
But Zhu needn't worry. There's a new generation at work, eager to incorporate China's past into the present. Beijing is building the world's longest subway system. The centerpiece is line number 8, the Olympic line. During the Games, line number 8 will carry 126,000 passengers a day. Meet the Olympic line design team. Today, they're on site to see if their stations pass 2 key tests. Alex Glasser must guarantee they can handle the huge crowds expected during the Games. Ning wants to discover if her unusual design is making this a subway with a difference. Her brief was to come up with a design for the station platforms that felt distinctively Chinese. She didn't have to look far for ideas.
灵感来源首先跟它的这个，就是周边的地理的位置有关。
These connect Line 8 directly to Beijing's past. The route exactly follows an important invisible line that runs south to north, bisecting the city into equal halves. The imperial axis. Key landmarks are positioned all the way along this axis. Tiananmen Square, the Forbidden City, the Drum and Bell Towers. And now, in a spot that links Beijing's 750-year-old past with its newest icons, the Olympic Village. This particular station is also directly under the city walls, built by Yuan Dynasty Emperor Kublai Khan. Ning drew on Yuan Dynasty design ideas to create this subway platform. By echoing Beijing's history, she has given this Olympic subway a unique Chinese flavor.
把它建成以后，因为有很多人已经来看过了，现在反响也不错，大家都觉得这个非常新颖。
But for Alex, lessons from the past are not enough. He needs to look elsewhere for the answer to his problem.
The flow of people, you know, this is the biggest challenge in cities with a big population.
Alex operates to one golden rule. It must be possible to evacuate every passenger from train carriage to above ground within 6 minutes. On the Olympic line, he's hit a setback. The Bird's Nest Stadium alone can take a crowd of 90,000. That's 3 times the number who usually use a busy subway station in an hour. During the games, these stations will be operating at the limits of their capacity.
This is a complete system. It's the venues on the ground and it's the subway system under it. So it's not easy to consider all these things.
Alex's ally in this battle? Technology. He uses a tool from the science of crowd dynamics. This software simulates the movement of crowds in a given space, like a subway station. Each dot is one person. Run the program, and it reveals where crowds will move slowly and where there will be bottlenecks. The software reveals that if ticket barriers are in a straight line, they can handle more people than if they are in a curve. Here, designers have combined ideas from the past with modern technology to make Beijing's Olympic subway unique. Every Games has to have a torch relay. It's been part of Olympic tradition since 1936. Beijing's is the longest route in history. 2 men have got the inside track on the torch design. They share the same dream: to send the Olympic torch around the planet in style. For this dream to come true, they must create a torch that is robust, but also attractive and memorable. Head of the design team, Yao Yingjia, assembled a lively group of creatives.
One designer really want to contribute his idea, so he just roll like this and say, hey, team, I have a good idea,
Yao had been keen to design a torch that would instantly evoke China. This rolled-up piece of paper caught his imagination because paper is one of the many inventions China gave the world. Yao took this idea and ran with it. The Beijing torch was born. So when it came to choosing the color for the Beijing torch, there was only one way to go.
If you ask people which one color is really meaningful about China, I think over 99% people give you feedback is red color.
Finding the perfect red was extremely difficult.
In total, we tried out almost 80 different red colors. And it's really hard to choose, but finally we're lucky.
Yao's inspiration for the color of the torch came from a traditional lacquer box. The decoration is perfectly balanced. Half solid red and half a traditional Chinese pattern, the Cloud of Fortune.
It's very special for Chinese design history. If you go to Tiananmen Square, you could find some really interesting things. They all use, the cloud pattern.
Beijing's approach to making her Olympics uniquely Chinese reveals much about the new China. This is now a country that looks to the future, but at the same time, holds on to her past. Yao is proud to be part of this new way of thinking.
When I look at the torch, it's just like, look, my baby. It looks so cute and beautiful.
Outside Beijing, someone is putting Yao's baby to the test. He's teaching the torch not just how to walk, but to run. Engineer Liu Xingzhou has designed the torch's robust interior. It's a burning system that owes more to jet engines than to paper scrolls. Today, he's putting it through its paces. The torch must stay alight through wind, rain, and snow. and travel to the highest mountain range in the world, the Himalayas. Engineer Liu can't take it there, but today he has come to the Great Wall instead. This is the first time he's tested the torch outside the lab.
燃烧器，啊，就是火炬的这个核心部分，啊，这个燃烧器呢，有3部分组成，啊，第一部分是它这个燃烧器本身，第二部分呢是有一个稳压阀，啊，第3部分就是有燃料瓶。
It uses turbojet engine technology and has been engineered to stay alight in gale force winds of up to 65 kilometers per hour. A heat feedback system takes some of the heat from the burning flame and forces it back down a tube wrapped around the propane gas canister. Such a system has never been used before, and it means the flame can burn at temperatures as low as -40 degrees Celsius. The torch also has a secondary internal burning chamber with a key-operated pilot light. This means it can withstand torrential downpours. Happy with today's test, engineer Liu can't resist taking this new Olympic icon for one more spin. Most important of all, Beijing is putting Chinese design at the heart of the Olympic site itself. Urban planner Wu Yixia holds the secrets. At first glance, the site looks far from Chinese. But in fact, the location on the prestigious imperial axis fits with the ancient city layout. It's not just the position that makes this site so unusual. Here is something that's never been part of an Olympic village before. An Olympic park. Wu Yixia has been involved in the park's design. She's proud to play her role in what will become a green lung for the city long after the Olympic caravan has rolled out of town.
奥林匹克公园对我来说是我一生当中最重要的事情之一，因为不是每个人都能得到机会为奥运做一些这种非常实际的因为这个园子有可能会存在几百年。
Of course, this park had to follow the rules of traditional Chinese design, so both a lake and a mountain were created. But there was still something missing. Chinese design principles also demand a feature to bridge the gap between the hill and the flat ground. Yixia began to search for ideas. She was drawn to Beijing's 15th century Ming observatory. Here she became inspired by a heavenly body that has a long tradition in Chinese culture.
老有一个月亮在远远地跟着你，而且它每天都在变化，有的时候是弯的，有的时候是圆的。另外呢，从个人的感情上来说，月亮是我的保护神。
Her bridging feature would be a unique round moon platform. A circular platform made of glass represents the moon. Underneath will be an LED light system. A computer program will control the lights to replicate the phases of the moon.
这样游客看到的场景呢，就是每天的月亮岛这个圆形的岛上出现月牙或者满月的这种情形，能够跟当天的这种月相是完全相一致的。
The park and Yixia's moon platform will serve as permanent reminders of China's deep roots in traditional design.
我们想要留下一些东西，能够让后人来记下我们目前正在能够感觉到这个时代的烙印。我想从这个角度上来说呢，奥林匹克公园真的是这个时代的一个最重要的一个纪念碑。
Every Olympic Games needs a mascot, but Beijing has 5. They are called the Fuwa, and they've made their designer famous.
耽误飞机都耽误2次，光签字了，后来跟这个航空公司说给你改吧， 给你改，因为他们的小姐也让我签字，所以这些来讲的话呢，这么受欢迎。
干嘛呀，郭老师？Fuwa fever has swept across China, especially amongst children.
我听到好多母亲讲，你不知道我们的孩子了，让我们放一圈都是娃娃。
Han Mei Lin is going back to school for a day to hold a very special art class. He's also come to let the children into the secret story behind the night he created the Fuwa. It seems a cold shower is the key to creativity.
冻得不得了，洗了个冷水澡，可精神了。是洗了冷水澡回来以后，这5个就完成了。
我看过结合的，然后后来您就那个。
That cold shower has brought great results. Millions of dollars worth of Fuwa merchandise has been sold worldwide. They even have their own TV series. Han Mei Lin has also come to teach the children about the inspiration behind the 5 Fuwa. They represent the 5 colors of the Olympic rings. But being Chinese, of course, the design has a deeper meaning.
这个时候应该展现我们中华民族几千年的还有13亿人口的，还有56个民族的，还有我们21世纪的中国的这样一个面貌的话，我说这5行是最好的。所以因此呢，我特别有劲。
The Fuwa represent the 5 sacred elements of nature in Chinese tradition. Each Fuwa has a repeated 2-syllable name, an affectionate way of referring to children in China. Represents water, the forest, fire, earth, the sky. Putting the names together makes the Chinese phrase Beijing, Huan, Ying, Ni. It's a sentence now known to every child in China, and something that during the Olympics will be heard every day on the capital streets. Welcome to Beijing. By drawing on her history, Beijing is giving these Olympics a unique Chinese flair that is sure to capture the global imagination. But it'll be the welcome offered by her people that could really win the world over. How do the Olympic hosts plan to make their party go with a bang? They're about to host the biggest party on Earth. Stress levels should be through the roof. But the people of Beijing seem more than ready to welcome the world.
Hi, you're welcome to China. Thank you very much. Bienvenido a China. Gracias. That's Spanish. Guten Tag. Willkommen hin. Dankeschön. That's German. Guten Tag. Willkommen hin. Dankeschön. That's not.
Policeman Liu Wenli has learnt 13 languages in preparation for the big Olympic invasion. But he also prides himself on his delivery.
To be honest, my prefer is New York accent. Hey, what do you want? Forget about it. Do you understand? What's up, man? Put it down.
Liu is typical of the 200 million Chinese hosts learning foreign languages in time for the Olympics.
I'm pleased over here. If you need some information or some help, just ask me.
Okay, thank you.
Liu's taken it upon himself to educate visitors on the wonders of Beijing, whether they like it or not.
You know, the White Pagoda just over there. It's just inside the Beihai Park. It has a long history, nearly more than 400 years. 我觉得世界给我们北京17天，我们北京给世界5000年。
The years spent in this tourist hotspot have enabled Liu to develop a very special skill, nationality spotting.
I guess maybe they're from German. Yeah, maybe from Germany? Oh, guten Tag. Welcome hin. Maybe they're from French. I just guess so. Yeah. French. 如soit commencer如行信，如suis ambulicier, 如他为ici. I'm so smart. Great.
Policeman Liu has got his work cut out. 2.5 million guests will soon descend on Beijing. The city is determined to exceed these visitors' expectations. But do the people of Beijing really know how to throw a party that would light up the entire world? one thing's for sure, the opening ceremony will be a blast. And if Beijing's one-year countdown celebration is anything to go by, fireworks will be key. Amazing pyrotechnics lit up the night sky. The mastermind behind that spectacular was fireworks expert Professor Pan Gongpei. He knows that show was just the warm-up. As an insider, he's got a hunch the fireworks at the opening ceremony will blow Beijing's mind. This is a top-secret location outside the city. It's the warehouse where the fireworks for the Olympic opening ceremony are stored. There are enough fireworks here to cover an entire football pitch. The details of the display are a closely guarded secret. But Professor Pan believes China's long history in pyrotechnics gives her a head start when it comes to impressing the crowd.
爆竹的出现实际上是源于我们古人。
The first fireworks appeared over 1,000 years ago when a Chinese alchemist came up with the mixture for gunpowder. Sulfur, charcoal, and potassium nitrate were placed in a bamboo tube, which, when lit, exploded with a bang.
爆竹这两个字本身就是燃烧、引爆天然的橘子的这两个词。
Fireworks really took off when early chemists perfected the way to propel a rocket into the air. Then in the 1800s, they added metals to the mix to produce a colored explosion. Fast forward to the 21st century. Firework displays today are as much about computer software as they are about gunpowder. The designers of the opening ceremony will plan their displays on computer and preview how it might look at the touch of a button. Computer software also permits split-second timing and the synchronization of fireworks and music. Beijingers expect the Olympic fireworks to be the greatest show on Earth. But Professor Pan knows the designers have got a problem. The venue. Huge fireworks are so dangerous, they're banned inside Beijing city. The most powerful permitted contain only 20 grams of explosive powder, much less than that used in the biggest fireworks. Unleash normal fireworks here too, and smoke could quickly fill the stadium. Professor Pan thinks he knows the route the designers will take.
指挥场主要展现出的是我们一些高新技术的新产品研发。
Cutting-edge fireworks with internal microchips that control the timing and direction of the explosion down to a millisecond. With these, pyrotechnicians can paint shapes in the sky, hearts, numbers, even words. But rumor has it, there will be as many as 66 separate firework launch sites for the opening ceremony, including some outside the city limits. Here, there will be no restriction on the size and power of the explosions. The mastermind behind Beijing's spectacular one-year countdown show, Professor Pan is counting the days till he finds out for sure if China's Olympic party will really start with a bang. But fireworks aren't the only intriguing way Beijingers hope to impress the world. This is Chef Jiang. He's in the vanguard of Beijing's mission to feed her visitors well.
Oh, come on here, have a try.
Tonight, he's sampling some of the quirkier food on offer downtown. In the Chinese kitchen, one dish is champion. Where the USA has Donald Duck, China has Beijing roast duck.
您到中国来有一句话叫做"不到长城非好汉，不吃全聚德烤鸭真遗憾"。
Chef Jiang's restaurant is no ordinary duck restaurant. It's the official roast duck supplier to the Olympics and serves up around 4.5 million ducks a year. They have devised a brand new menu for their Olympic visitors. Chef Jiang hopes his creations can take their place on that menu. But before that can happen, he must impress a jury of his peers. Every 3 months, the chefs here hold a cook-off. The winner has the honor of seeing his dish on the Olympic menu.
这是我们的棒球玉米笋，这是我们的网球沙拉，这是我们的乒乓鸭肝酥，这是我们的乒乓鸭肝酱，这是我们体育主题拼盘。
Today, Chef Jiang is making a last-ditch attempt to get his dishes chosen. He's tried before and failed. This time, he's going to produce a chef's version of Beijing's 2 newest icons. While he cooks, the panel of his fellow chefs waits impatiently upstairs. First, the duck-wing bird's nest. Next, what he hopes will be his masterpiece.
放在用牛筋熬制成这种的这种的胶质的这种汁儿里面，经过冰箱的冷却以后，凝固成我们的水立方的形状，把它切好就可以了。
Chef Jiang is tense. Without the stamp of approval from his colleagues, his dish can't join the Olympic menu.
This is 绑丝做的，比较脆，比较嫩。
The panel of chefs lap the food up.
有鹅肝酱的味道，有法国的味道，
尤其在夏天吃，很不错，太好。
It's a proud moment for Chef Jiang.
水立方跟鸟巢2道菜品啊，它是我们这次考试来讲比较出类拔萃的2道菜品，所以呢，这个本月的这个菜品的考核和研发还是效果很好的。
The Bird's Nest Stadium and water cube designs have been given top marks. They'll join the Olympic menu, ready for the first hungry visitors. What about the people who are too busy to stop but don't want to miss out on the Olympic party atmosphere? For more than a year, Beijing has been thinking of how to help. This man's got a plan. Entrepreneur Tom Zhang and his team of young technologists have come up with a new idea. It will let everyone enjoy that live Olympic atmosphere, even if they're on the move.
We believe that people all across the country should be able to watch the mobile TV, and especially the Olympic Games on the cell phones.
Tom's technology is simply a small microchip. Insert in an everyday mobile phone or a laptop or a digital camera, and it's instantly transformed into a mobile TV set. Getting the technology to work hasn't been easy. First step, trials in the city center close by the iconic Olympic venues. Result? Success. But Tom's thinking big. He wants to draw even people living outside Beijing into the city's electric atmosphere. Today, he's sending a team out to test the signal at the iconic Great Wall, over 60 kilometers outside the city.
There is a milestone of if we can prove that we can receive the signals even in that areas, then we are sure that the technology is ready.
The Great Wall was built to keep people out. The goal for Tom Chiang and his chip is to invite everyone in. If it works here, Beijing's plan to include everyone in the party is on track. Tom chose the Badaling section of the Great Wall because it's such a challenging landscape. It's not easy obtaining a signal at altitude, and the surrounding mountains can cause major signal deflections. Tom feels confident, but anxiously awaits news back at the office. Will his chip pass the test?
喂，王谦，你好。
我们现在正在那个八达岭上面测试那个 CMB 信号。
哦，在八达岭做测试，在那能收到信号吗？
现在那个信号很流畅，这儿接收奥运信号也是没问题的。
哦，那太好了。
Live TV is playing out on the Great Wall.
对，王华说他在。
It was very exciting. Actually, the engineers reported to me that they can receive the signals across most of the Badaling areas and with different handsets and PC, USB receivers. That's fantastic.
Tom and his team have overcome another hurdle in their race to let everyone join the Olympic revelry. The food is on the table. The hosts are ready. This is one party guaranteed to go with a bang. But new visitors to China may be in for a surprise.
Hi.
For a Beijing welcome in the 21st century may not be what they expect.
Beijing, Beijing, insar, insar, yeah. Insar, 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 insar. 不管走多远，北京都欢迎你回来。
Meet the boys putting the beat into Beijing's street party. Jia Wei, Meng Guadong, and Chun Hao Ran. These three young friends are also up-and-coming rap group Insar Air.
Insar, insar, insar.
Beijing is born and bred. They're determined to put the beat into Beijing's Olympic street party. They've even composed an Olympic rap.
但是2008我们迎来了奥运会，所有的志愿者都做好了准备。同一个世界，同一个梦，我们生活在启程，没有什么不可能。
In the 1980s, many young Chinese looked abroad for their future. These young rappers are typical of the new generation. They're full of confidence and can't wait to show off their beloved hometown.
北京范儿现在全世界都流行，到了哪儿都不如紫禁城更有感情。Impossible is nothing， insar 兄弟告诉你，其实根本没有不可能。2008，北京就是您的家，在北京老外都爱说北京话。有中国队的比赛，跟我们一起喊加油！首都代表中国，不需要任何理由。中国的功夫对美国的拳击，抡起眼了这盘赌，咱们在有基第一。
The people of Beijing want to welcome the world to the Olympics, but they don't want it to stop there.
然后重要的，反正就是还是想让不了解北京的人喜欢这个地方，然后还会回到这儿来，因为我们爱这儿。
不管走多远，北京都欢迎你回来。
Beijing is ready. But with characters like these and other surprises in store, is the world ready for Beijing? Beijing is doing everything to make this Olympics the greatest show on earth. 7 years in the making. Now it's crunch time.
Beijing Olympic Games should be really, really successful and a wonderful memory for people.
The ingredients stand to set Beijing apart from the rest. To make hers the ultimate Olympics. A truly unique setting, designed with a Chinese twist. And hosts who are positive and welcoming. This Olympics promises to be more than just a sporting event. It's a window into the new China.
体现了我们这个时代敢于创新、敢于做这种尝试一种新的、全新不同的想法的这么一种时代的理念。
This is a global superpower, confident in the future, yet also proud of her past. But it's the people who will really make this Olympics.
This will be the biggest and most positive surprise coming out of those games. The world will get to know the Chinese.
The world waits with bated breath as China enters the final countdown to her ultimate Olympics.